Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing this look right here. It's definitely very intense and bold, but I wanted to again venture off and try something new for you guys. Let me know if you guys have any recommendations for upcoming tutorials, but this is the look that I've created, and we are using the Pat McGrath palette, and this one is the blue one. So if you guys don't have this palette, please use whatever you have. Remember, this year is all about using what we have. So if you want to see how I created this, then stick around. I have already primed my face. I used a combination of things. Today I actually used the Kevyn Aucoin skin base all over my face, and then I used my Makeup Forever mattifying base, just my T-zone, and I also used my No Pore Blim primer by Touch and Soul, and I just used that on the inside of my face, basically the outside of my nose and cheeks, because that's where I tend to see larger pores. So I'm going to take this Pat McGrath Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil, and this is in Extreme Black, and I'm going to just use that to create a base for our look. This is so rich and creamy, and it literally just glides on, and it's also super black, as you guys can see, so it'll act as a nice base. And we're going to blend this out quickly. I'm going to take a Coastal Scent BR250, which is similar to the MAC 217. I always get these confused, and I'm just going to quickly buff this out, because as I've mentioned before, this sets so fast. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this Pat McGrath palette. This one is the blue one. And we're going to take VR Violet, which is this shade here. And it's just this really pretty, like, lilac-y shade that has like a blue shift to it. So I'm going to take that shade with a MAC 239, and I'm going to press that just in the inner corner. And I don't worry about this looking so unblended right now, because once we start applying our colors, we'll go back and fix that. And I'm also going to take this just in the inner corner. I know, guys, this is probably totally out of character for my channel, but I told you guys we're going to try new stuff this year. Okay, now we're going to go in with the star of the show, and that is Blitz Blue, which is this blue here. Look at how beautiful that is. And I'm going to use the same 239 brush, and I'm going to pack that over the black. So with these colors and these palettes, what I find is that if you lay down a black base, you're going to get much more color payoff than if you just use a regular primer. These have a little bit of a black base to them, so they tend to just work better. Like even with the green palette, I've tried to use that, just the green alone, and it doesn't pop the same. But once I put a black under the actual color, it just pops. It looks so pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of that VR Violet again and just kind of marry those two together. We're going to take a MAC 224 and just blend these edges out. I know, it looks crazy. It does. It looks very crazy. So now I'm going to take Astral White, which is the color right under VR Violet, And I'm going to use a MAC 224, and I'm actually going to place this in the crease. I know, guys, it's crazy. I'm gonna take the 239 again and just go over the blue, because we don't want to lose the intensity of that blue. And sometimes with just naturally blending your pigments, you tend to shear out your color. When I do things like this is the part where I look at myself and go, what the hell am I doing? Like, is this going to look like crap? And the process isn't always pretty, guys. You just got to keep working with it. Like, look at how crazy this looks. You got to keep working with it, and eventually it all just comes together. So I'm gonna take this Danessa Myricks Illuminating Veil, and this is in Serenity. And I'm going to take a little bit of this. You need a very small amount. I'm just going to work this on the high points of my face, and this is going to act as a base for my highlight. I just made a rookie mistake, guys. You always have to make sure your hands are clean. All right, let's try this again. So I'm taking this and just applying it to the high points of my face. If you have the Gwen Stefani palette that I used in my brown smoky tutorial, you could totally use the colors that you have there. They're very similar. I know this looks crazy. But honestly, that's what, when I thought about doing this look, that's what I thought to use. I'm like, no, 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 no. We're using all of our products this year. You're trying something different. So this can be achieved with that palette. What if I said this crazy could be achieved with this palette? All right. So we're gonna work on our skin because this is looking crazy. So for my complexion, I'm going to be mixing Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover in N05 and a little bit of NARS Sheer Glow in Barcelona. Again, for someone that doesn't like mixing, I'm sure mixing a lot. So I'm going to use more of the Sheer Glow because I feel like I don't want a ton of coverage, and this is like super full coverage. So I'm only adding a little bit, not even a full, or not even half a pump. That's how pigmented it is. I'm gonna use this Pat McGrath Dual Fiber. It's a highlighting brush, but today it will be a foundation brush. So I feel like this foundation set really fast, so I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and some Fix Plus, and I'm going to saturate my face with this and then blend it out. Alright guys, there we go. So by adding the Fix Plus and then blending it out, it gave the foundation some movement again, and it looks way better. So at this point, I am going to put on some eyebrows because I look crazy, but it also gives me an idea of what I want to do with the eyes. All right, guys, I'm back with eyebrows and 2 coats of my YSL Vinyl Couture Mascara, and I'm going to go in with my Pat McGrath eyeliner again, and I'm going to smudge this on the lower lash line, and then we'll go from there. These pencils are phenomenal. I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs smudger brush, and I'm going to smudge this. And it's okay if it's a little messy. I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm just going to clean up under my eye so that I get a really nice precise line, and then it's also going to help kind of balance out and shape the eye. See how just lifted that is? Alright guys, so I'm going to take that same smudger brush and I'm going to take VR Violet, and then I'm going to just apply that again to the inner corner. And then for my lower lash line, what I'm going to do is take, what color is this? I'm gonna take Depth, which is this muted gray shade here in the middle, with the same brush, and I'm going to use that to smudge the lower lash line. And then make sure that your top and bottom lines connect. I'm going to take the same smudger brush and I'm going to take the blue shade, what was that? Astral White. I'm going to take that color and then just place it right in the center of the lower lash line, just for a little pop of something. I'm going to take my Extended Play Giga Black Lash by MAC and I'm going to apply this to the lower lash line. This is my favorite mascara for my lower lash line. And if this wasn't enough color for you, I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Introvert Liner and I'm going to apply this to my waterline. For my concealer, I'm going to be using my NARS Complete Comfort Concealer. No, I lied. Soft Matte Concealer in Ginger. That's what that looks like. And I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and I'm just going to place this under the eye. For my powder, I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury powder in medium. I love this stuff. And I'm going to be using my Chikuhodo brush and I'm going to just pat this onto the skin and right under the eyes. For my bronzer, I'm going to be using Laguna, which you guys can see is definitely loved. And this is my MAC 135. For my highlight, I'm going to be using Melt Cosmetics Gold Ore. This bronzer or highlighter, let me tell you guys, is definitely loved. And I'm going to use my Morphe M510. I'm going to use a little bit of Fix Plus and we're going to glow. For my lips, I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever liner. I think it's in 3C. It's my favorite. But as you guys can see, it's down to the very end. I'm going to use this to line my lips. And then to fill in my lips, I'm using Get It On Liquid Lipstick by NARS. Alright guys, this is the final look. It is definitely very dramatic and bold, but I think it's so very pretty and you can definitely make this more wearable by just kind of keeping the colors a little bit more concentrated and under the crease. You know, if you're not ready for this kind of bold, you can always do like a neutral lid on the top and then use a blue on the bottom. But I really like the way it turned out. I think it's really pretty and fun and different, and we're going for different this year, right guys? So I hope that you enjoyed this. Please leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome to mi familia. Please let me know if there is a look that you would like me to create or recreate down below. I appreciate any suggestions and inspiration. So happy new year, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.